Hello guys and welcome back to Tomato GFX. Today we are going to talk about shapes and some cool tools in our Illustrator, and this is our 7th lecture in the series. You can watch the previous lectures in the playlist, so do check them out. And let's start. So welcome back to the magical world of Illustrator, and here you can see we are today going to talk about line tool and too many shapes like arc tool, spiral tool, rectangular grid tool, polar grid tool, and some shortcuts and cool tricks also. And also we are going to talk about all the shapes here. So for start, we are going to talk about line segment. So what is line segment? Line segment is a line or a path connecting two anchor points. So how it's going to work is you click on point and then drag your second point to a specific distance, and here you have created a simple line. So you might be asking, we can create it by pen tool also. What's the difference between this and pen tool? Yeah, you can also do it with pen tool. So every shape can be created with pen tool. That's why pen tool was created, because you didn't want the basic shapes, like because in the late 20s, when the Illustrator was not on the CC versions, so we were only given with these lines and some shapes, basic shapes, and these basic shapes. But now we have pen tool. The pen tool was invented later in the time, so that's why it has all the shapes. That's it about line. And here the cool trick about line, and this cool trick is applied on every shape we're going to talk about today. So if you click on a point here and you drag your line and then click on the similar sign, the in math we call it similar. You can check the sign in the bottom where my sign has appeared. You can create something like this by just pressing similar sign and hold and drag it. And that's it. We have created some kind of design. I don't call it an art, but yeah, you can use it somewhere in creating some artful lines and all. So use it wisely, because it is kind of a trick. It is mainly used in arc, so you can create a butterfly. So main thing was you can create so many lines with the same anchor point here, and don't do it much because your PC may be suffering after you create these many lines. So after line tool, we have arc tool. Arc tool is simple. You can simply create an arc with this, and if you click on arrows like this or like this, you can change the arc angle like this. And if you click on shift, this will be retained with its size, and if you don't click on shift, it will be variable with the size you pick, like this and like this. Okay, this was arc tool. And if we just make a good arc like this, the circular one, and then just click on our similar tool, and we can create a butterfly here like this. And you can just like click on this and transform it, reflect. Okay, yeah, sure, it seems like a butterfly to me, kind of. Okay, now it's okay. You can also give color to it, like we just group it like this, and then we give it a gradient on the stroke, something like an orange. I'm just using the predefined colors here, or we can just go with the blue. Yeah, that's better. We'll be just changing the color. Yeah, that's better. Easy way to create a butterfly, maybe. But just take it as a suggestion. You can use it according to yourself. So after that, we got spiral. In spiral, that is the, you can understand it easily. It makes a spiral, and you can increase or decrease the number of lines between it. Like if you just want to create this much curve, then you can just click on arrows to reduce, and if you want to create more curves inside it, then just increase it by making it bigger, increase it. But keeping in mind it has its limitations, so you can just see it has created this much and it will not exceed the limit from here once you release the mouse click of spiral. Once you release it, it won't be working. The clicks won't be working. You can just preview it while you are in the air, nothing serious. Just create more and more curves or less curves like this. But once you release it, it's gone. Now the curves are fixed. I'll just change the color to black. You can change it any type, like you can make it fill or stroke. You have many options. And let's apply the cool thing in spiral also. Let's make it like this. And you can see some weird patterns, and you can also make some patterns for your design work like this if you just make it outer and just see. Yeah, it is kind of a pattern if I was specific and consistent to it. So talking about spiral tool, if you just click on the screen with the spiral tool, and you just be zoom in, click on spiral tool, and here you set some settings like 95% decay and some segments like 47, 48. I'll be setting it to 50, and you can just change the arc where it should start from right or left. And if you set now okay, you can see we have a different type of arc here, and we can just create some more like it and increase the size like this. So you can work on the arc settings like this and create your own arc accordingly. So no one tells you about these settings. Work on them and explore the inner settings of every tool because they are very useful for you. So that's it about arc. Let's move to our next tool, which is rectangular grid. And that's a simple and very easy tool. Like it creates a grid. Right now it's having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 by 6 divides. And if you want to change it, go for the similar process. Click on the tool. You have the divides here. I just want to set it to 10 and this also to 10, and height doesn't matter here because it's similar. So here you can see by holding shift I created a grid. That's simple. After grid we comes down to polar grid, and that's not an hard topic. There we have same settings here also, and I'll just show you how to create it. It has 5 divides around it, and if we want to increase the divides, we can increase it by like this and set 10 and 10. So now you will see a very dense grid here, like a spider. And here you can see we can work on this, and it was an easy way to create a spider web. And you can also increase polar grid sizes like this. You just click on it, shift. You can increase or decrease the polar grid distributions like this. See, and one of our tricks from earlier, we can create some bad arts like this also. That's for bad. Okay, forget it. That was very bad. No one should try it. Hey, we can increase or decrease grids over here also, like this with the arrows in the grid tool. Sorry, I forgot to tell you about it. Sorry. It was a shortcut. You can increase or decrease the grid size like this. Very easy. and always hold shift for this. So these were very easy line tools we get in Illustrator. And after that, we're going to talk about shapes. So let's start with rectangle. But for first, let's remove all the lines from the artboard. So sometimes you are making something and your artboard is cluttered and you want to remove everything. Just click on Control A. Everything will be selected. Just click on Delete, and you go. You have a clean artboard. Doesn't matter it is inside the artboard or outside the artboard, everything will be selected and deleted. So let's talk about rectangle now. So rectangle tool is very simple tool. We can create squares with it. We can create rectangles with it and many things. It's a closed figure and it has a fill which is set to none right now. I'll be just adding a gradient in it. So let's talk few about this panel here. So this is a panel where you can see your fill and your stroke. So if you want to remove your stroke, you can click on this button here and your stroke will be removed. If you want to add a stroke here, you can click on this and your stroke will be filled with normal color, solid color. You can change it by this. I'll be setting it to red. But you have to be selecting a specific box here. If you selected this box and then set your fill color here, your fill color will be applied. I'll just increase the stroke radius here. And if you want to set a gradient in your stroke, then you can set that also. Like just keep in mind your stroke should be in front, not your fill should be in front. If your stroke in front and you click on this gradient and your sorry, I forgot to select the box. Your box is selected, your stroke in front, click on it. Now you have a gradient. If you change it, you can see we have created something very awesome here. It gives a feel of 3D objects because light is coming from here, then you have a shadow here, then you have a darkness here, and a light bouncing here. Fake 3D. Maybe talking about real 3D objects in Illustrator also in later on classes. So for now, just delete. After rectangle, we comes to rounded rectangle. They are similar to rectangle, but just they are having a rounded corners here, and you can change them also with this cursor here. And talking about this cursor, if you click on Alt and then just click on one of these, you can change the type of corners you have. It can be inside, inside be splat, it can be rotated. So it depends on you. And if you click on Control and then click on one of it, you select one of the corners and you can individually edit that corner. See? So that was rounded rectangle. After that, we comes to ellipse. It's the easiest one. Ellipse is very easy to understand and nothing to talk about in ellipse. You create a rounded shape here and you give it a gradient. And here you go. You created an ellipse. After ellipse, we have polygon tool. Polygon tool is some kind of genius tool. If you click and drag polygon tool, for start, it will give a hexagon. If you press your keys, upper key and lower key, then the number of side will be added or subtracted from the polygon. If you want a triangle, the least a polygon can have is a triangle. Or if you want an octagon like this, or you want many polygons like this, maybe you were explaining subdivide in a class and you can say this is a less subdivided area, this is a high subdivided area. If you create so many subdivided areas, then you create a circle like this. See, these both are similar. Just joking. Ha. Okay, so talking about our next tool, which is star. Star is similar to this, and we have same properties like polygon. You can increase the number of sides in star with clicks, and the less you have is a triangle, more you make is a sun. And if you release the star in like this and just check it out, now you can just click on this like this. Oh, a cute shape. Actually, it is used by Google right now, I remember. So that's all about shapes. And I don't want to talk about flare tool. It is a very boring tool. Just create some kind of design, sun flare type something. And I don't like it also, and I don't use it also. Just you can use if you want to use it. So that's it about shapes. And in next class we'll be talking about brushes in depth. How can you create your brushes and how to use brushes and how to apply brushes on your existing shapes. For now, I'll be leaving, and I hope you like the class and like the shortcuts. See you soon. Take care.